Let us discuss about amplitude modulation in waveform noise. What is amplitude modulation of waveform noise? The amplitude modulation of wind turbine noise relates to the change in amplitude occurring at the blade passing frequency. This is commonly described as swish, thump, or whoosh. The level of amplitude modulation can be quantified by the modulation depth or measured peak to trough level, with higher modulation depth equating to greater levels of amplitude modulation. In some cases, the amplitude depth can be quantified by subtracting the noise level exceeded for 95% of the time from noise level exceeded for 5% of the time. In practice, however, this procedure can be significant affected by other noise not related to the wind turbine. AM referred to as false positives, a more robust method for quantifying with wind turbine amplitude modulation is by using the metric described in the level. So the metric described Institute of Acoustic Amplitude Modulation working group report to derive AM ratings for successive 10 minutes periods. Waveform noise data is usually referenced to 10-minute overall averaging periods, as waveform and associated with meteorological data is normally referred to 10-minute intervals. All conventional horizontal axis wind turbines exhibit blades swish to a certain extent, but this tends to become less noticeable with increasing distance, such that it is often not normally a significant feature at residential properties. There are times when the swish becomes more of a thump or worm, and this is likely to be due to the blades entering stall conditions at the highest point of their sweep, usually under higher wind shear conditions when the wind speed varies significantly between the highest and lowest points of the blade swept area. How to measure and rate amplitude modulation using the IOO metric. IOO metric is an internal measurements metric. Noise measurements are carried out at the same location as required for normal waveform noise measurements, but it is necessary to measure conditions audio or continuous one-third of octave band data. Measuring continuous audio data is memory intensive and may have privacy implications. Measuring continuous one-third of octave band therefore usually preferable, although it is useful to include such audio recordings so that the data can be additionally if there are periods of interest. We usually supplement the 100 meters data with 2 minutes of audio recording at the beginning of each 10 minutes period as a reasonable compromise between storage space and having the ability to listen and review some periods of interest. Having 2-minute audio recordings also allows for the data to be analyzed for tonal content, which usually requires analysis of 2-minute audio samples. Amplitude modulation would usually have a much greater variation over a 10-minute period than tonal noise, which is why continuous data is required. The input signal is split into blocks of 10 seconds. It is transformed to the frequency domain using a Fourier analysis to obtain a modulation spectrum. If a clear peak is present at the rate expected from the turbines, a window around that frequency is selected. An inversion Fourier transform is applied to the filtered spectrum of the reconstruct of a filter time series. The modulation depth in the filter time series is then determined. A value for each 10-minute period is calculated from a combination of the 10-second modulation depth within that period. There is a currently proposal for the international standards relating relating to AM to be included within the International Electromechanical Commission. There is some multinational interest for the addition of a second standard to accompany acoustic noise measurement techniques. This proposal is in the early stages and often an interesting platform whereby amplitude modulation could be discussed internationally. The amplitude modulation would